Hello, I'm Brianne Smith, Director of Community Engagement at United Way of Central Kentucky. In this episode of Common Good and the Commonwealth, our President and CEO, Krista Schaus, will be talking with Kenny Rambo, owner of local nonprofit Give 270. They're going to be chatting about all the fun things going on with their organization, especially this round of Whiskey Wednesdays, which has proceeds benefiting United Way. Let's see what's new with our friends at Give 270.
Hi, I'm Krista Schaus, CEO of United Way of Central Kentucky, and I'm here tonight with our friend Kenny Rambo, co-founder of Give 270. Kenny, how you doing?
I'm good, Krista. Great to be here.
Good. Wanted to talk a little bit about Give 270 and the bourbon raffles that you've been conducting. One, we've been a beneficiary of for a couple years now, but I'd like you to tell us more about how this got started.
Absolutely. So Give 270 was founded in 2016. It was actually the occasion of our firm, Heartland's 10-year anniversary, really just as a way that we could give back. And ultimately what we wanted to accomplish was create a nonprofit that could be as flexible and agile and creative as our marketing and PR firm. And that has led us on an adventure where we've found new and different ways to fundraise. And most recently, we have found a great deal of success with online charitable gaming, bourbon raffles to be specific, as you mentioned. And it was really just kind of the thought of marrying some of our circle's passion with ways that we could connect with a broader audience locally and beyond, as it turns out around the country, to raise money that could come back and benefit the local community.
Certainly, it's making a huge impact here in Central Kentucky. Last I heard, you hit the milestone of $1 million raised, and I know you're well beyond that at this point, but that is significant.
Yeah, we were extremely excited to hit that milestone. I don't know that we necessarily thought in those terms when we first got started, but as we saw the results of the bourbon raffles and started to climb toward that, we really started to kind of monitor that. And that's the milestone of the dollars that we've been able to give out in the community. And currently that number sits somewhere between 1.5 and 1.7 million. So we really do expect our second million, so to speak, to come more quickly than the first.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm so thankful, and I know our other nonprofit partners in the community are thankful as well. One, to hold a gaming license. There's a lot that goes into that, and it's not within reach for a lot of nonprofits, so certainly we appreciate that.
Yeah, there were really kind of two things that drove our decision to get into the charitable gaming, and one you just touched on. We saw a number of organizations around the community applying for, getting their license, and conducting successful events on an annual basis. But we noticed that there was the challenge of the face is changing, right? A new volunteer lead the second year or third year down the road, and the learning curve was pretty significant. In order to be compliant, these events are highly regulated by a department in Frankfurt, as well they should be. But with that, we just noticed that organizations were sometimes having the difficulty of sustaining these events. So we thought, well, if we're doing this on the regular, then maybe we can kind of form some consistency and some expertise in that space and offer it to other nonprofit organizations, almost kind of on an outsourced basis. The second thing is we looked around the landscape and we saw all of these great bourbon raffles that were out there raising lots of money, but in many instances, the ticket price was $100. We participated in a number. We conduct $100 raffles on the regular. But what we noticed about those events was that's a choice oftentimes between a raffle ticket and supporting a great cause and a really good bottle that you could just purchase on your own. So that's when we kind of leaned into our Whiskey Wednesdays, which is a $5 recurring raffle concept, just to make it kind of a fun way that anybody that's interested in participating around the enthusiasm about bourbon while giving back to the community could do so.
So back to this, the raffle tickets. So right now, the bourbon raffle that's benefiting United Way of Central Kentucky is a $5 ticket.
Yeah.
And so tell me how we've got to this.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we just wanted to make something that was available for anybody that wanted to participate. So what we've done is 4 times a year, we conduct a round of Whiskey Wednesdays. They are a weekly drawing. The round takes place over a 3-month period, so one per quarter of each year. And the theme varies in terms of the prizes and the formats of how you win the prizes, and the nonprofit organizations that we're benefiting vary. We're happy to be partnered up with United Way of Central Kentucky, who we have actually worked with as a strategic partner since our founding in 2016. This is just kind of an evolution of that relationship and that work together. We've benefited organizations like Casa of the Heartland. We've worked with a number of scholarship funds with our Whiskey Wednesdays program. We've helped fund a therapy dog that hangs out at our local Hardin County 911 dispatch.
Oh,
So,
wow. I did not know that.
yeah,
That's amazing.
So,
Wow. So I can just tell you that with the Whiskey Wednesdays, how that has impacted what we've been able to do in the community, which is we have been able to touch agencies throughout the year where we primarily raise funds through workplace campaigns in the fall into early winter. Usually we were giving out all of our money, but through the year there's always requests. Whiskey Wednesdays have allowed us to be able to feed needs in the community. Most recently, we were able to grant money to Hodgenville Elementary School so that they could have a sensory wall for their special needs students. And we've also funded a community garden and Grayson programs for their children who are in Head Start, so they have access to learning about growing vegetables, harvesting vegetables, and they're able to take those home to their families too. And so really, wherever we can create those opportunities where need and funds can meet,
right.
It's amazing. So we wouldn't have this opportunity if it wasn't for this partnership.
Well, and Krista, I can't tell you how excited I am to hear that. One of our goals at the onset of Give 270 was finding ways to meet unmet needs in the philanthropic community. We have a rich philanthropic community and spirit here in Hardin and the surrounding region. We wanted to enter that fray and really just kind of help to meet some of the needs that were going unmet. So the partnership with United Way is a great way that we can accomplish that.
Well, thank you, Kenny. I think this is just been a fun time every time we get to do this. And beyond that, I just want to tell everybody out there, you can go and get a ticket yourself at give270.org. And you can purchase your $5 ticket. I know I bought 5 this evening. So you keep those in, you can spend a little, but do a lot of good with this. So Kenny, is there anything else you'd like to share?
Drawings take place every Wednesday. Sales take place until 7 p.m. We draw live on our YouTube channel at 8 p.m. Some people claim that that's an entertaining thing to hang out for. I don't completely get it. I'm getting some nods behind the camera that that's not the case because he's had to be here for all of them. But we do have a good time, and it really is about connecting with a community that has enthusiasm for bourbon and giving back. And we're excited that we found that and are being able to make some difference with that.
Thank you, Kenny. And you can also watch that on Facebook Live if you follow Give 270. And it is a good time. And so tune in, buy your ticket, and support your community.